Join us on a fascinating journey into the universe of Stephen Hawking, one of the greatest scientists of all time. Famous for his groundbreaking theories on black holes and the origin of the universe, Hawking was a master at making complex scientific concepts understandable in his bestseller, A Brief History of Time. Discover with us the wisdom of this extraordinary thinker who has shaped the world of astrophysics like no other. My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is, and why it exists at all. Although I cannot move and I have to speak through a computer, in my mind I am free. Quiet people have the loudest minds. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. Where there's life, there's hope. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. 1. Remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. 2. Never give up work. Work gives you meaning and purpose, and life is empty without it. 3. If you are lucky enough to find love, remember it is there and don't throw it away. If time travel is possible, where are the tourists from the future? We are in danger of destroying ourselves by our greed and stupidity. We cannot remain looking inwards at ourselves on a small and increasingly polluted and overcrowded planet. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star. But we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. You cannot understand the glories of the universe without believing there is some supreme power behind it. The thing about smart people is that they seem like crazy people to dumb people. If aliens ever visit us, I think the outcome would be much as when Christopher Columbus first landed in America, which didn't turn out very well for the Native Americans. It matters if you don't just give up. Nothing is better than reading and gaining more and more knowledge. Simplicity is a matter of taste. If the government is covering up knowledge of aliens, they are doing a better job of it than they do at anything else. There could be whole anti-worlds and anti-people made out of antiparticles. However, if you meet your anti-self, don't shake hands. You would both vanish in a great flash of light. We are all different, but we share the same human spirit. Perhaps it's human nature that we adapt and survive. For millions of years, mankind lived just like the animals. Then something happened which unleashed the power of our imagination. We learned to talk, and we learned to listen. It surprises me how disinterested we are today about things like physics, space, the universe, and philosophy of our existence, our purpose, our final destination. It's a crazy world out there. Be curious. I have no idea what my IQ is. People who boast about their IQ are losers. The universe does not behave according to our preconceived ideas. It continues to surprise us. People won't have time for you if you are always angry or complaining. Mankind's greatest achievements have come about by talking, and its greatest failures by not talking. So what is real and what is imaginary? Is the distinction just in our minds? In the universe, it may be that primitive life is very common and intelligent life is fairly rare. Some would say it has yet to occur on Earth. I have noticed that even people who claim everything is predetermined and that we can do nothing to change it, look before they cross the road. I have lived with the prospect of an early death for the last 49 years. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm in no hurry to die. I don't think the human race will survive the next 1,000 years unless we spread into space. There are too many accidents that can befall life on a single planet. But I'm an optimist. We will reach out to the stars. So Einstein was wrong when he said, God does not play dice. Consideration of black holes suggests not only that God does play dice, but that he sometimes confuses us by throwing them where they can't be seen. To confine our attention to terrestrial matters would be to limit the human spirit. We only have to look at ourselves to see how intelligent life might develop into something we wouldn't want to meet. It is not clear that intelligence has any long-term survival value. Eternity is a long time, especially towards the end. We each exist for but a short time, and in that time explore but a small part of the whole universe. What did God do before he created the universe? Any physical theory is always provisional, in the sense that it is only a hypothesis. You can never prove it. No matter how many times the results of experiments agree with some theory, you can never be sure that the next time the result will not contradict the theory. I still believe there are grounds for cautious optimism that we may now be near the end of the search for the ultimate laws of nature. Yet all the evidence is that it evolves in a regular way according to certain laws. It would therefore seem reasonable to suppose that there are also laws governing the boundary conditions. My expectations were reduced to zero when I was 21. Everything since then has been a bonus. So next time someone complains that you have made a mistake, tell him that may be a good thing, because without imperfection, neither you nor I would exist. There is a fundamental difference between religion, which is based on authority, and science, which is based on observation and reason. Science will win because it works. The universe doesn't allow perfection. The downside of my celebrity is that I cannot go anywhere in the world without being recognized. It is not enough for me to wear dark sunglasses and a wig. The wheelchair gives me away. I regard the afterlife to be a fairy story for people that are afraid of the dark. The idea of 10 dimensions might sound exciting, but they would cause real problems if you forget where you parked your car. One is always a long way from solving a problem until one actually has the answer. I like physics, but I love cartoons. The human capacity for guilt is such that people can always find ways to blame themselves. Government works best under the glare of public scrutiny. Absent such scrutiny, abuses occur. Disorder increases with time because we measure time in the direction in which disorder increases. The whole history of science has been the gradual realization that events do not happen in an arbitrary manner, but that they reflect a certain underlying order, which may or may not be divinely inspired. What you have told us is rubbish. The world is really a flat plate supported on the back of a giant tortoise. Many people would claim that the boundary conditions are not part of physics but belong to metaphysics or religion. They would claim that nature had complete freedom to start the universe off any way it wanted. Today we'll still yearn to know why we are here and where we came from. Humanity's deepest desire for knowledge is justification enough for our continuing quest, and our goal is nothing less than a complete description of the universe we live in. Women, they are a complete mystery. The human race is just a chemical scum on a moderate-sized planet, orbiting around a very average star in the outer suburb of one among 100 billion galaxies. We are so insignificant that I can't believe the whole universe exists for our benefit. That would be like saying that you would disappear if I close my eyes. To show this diagram properly, I would really need a 4-dimensional screen. However, because of government cuts, we could manage to provide only a 2-dimensional screen. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. I am discounting reports of UFOs. Why would they appear only to cranks and weirdos? I have hardly ever known a mathematician who was able to reason. Galileo, perhaps more than any other single person, was responsible for the birth of modern science. Science could predict that the universe must have had a beginning. If you like this video, be sure to watch the next one as well.